When did you realize that someone's most adorable trait was actually terrifying? My coworker Emma had this incredibly cute habit of remembering everything about everyone. She'd remember your birthday, your coffee order, when you mentioned your dog was sick 3 months ago. Everyone loved how thoughtful and caring she was. At first, it seemed like the sweetest thing ever. Emma would bring me my exact favorite snacks during late meetings. She'd ask about my weekend plans that I'd mentioned in passing on Tuesday. She even remembered that I preferred black pens over blue ones. Emma has such an amazing memory, people would say. She's like the office mom who remembers everything. I thought it was adorable too, until I started paying closer attention. It began when Emma mentioned that I'd been wearing my lucky red shirt a lot lately. I hadn't realized I'd been wearing it that much, but when I checked, she was right. 4 times in 2 weeks. Then she casually asked how my dentist appointment went on Thursday. The weird part was, I'd never told Emma about my dentist appointment. I'd only mentioned it quietly to my cubicle neighbor while Emma was supposedly focused on her computer. That's when I started testing her. During lunch, I whispered to my friend Jake about going to see a movie that weekend. Emma was 3 tables away, having what looked like an intense conversation with someone from accounting. The next Monday, Emma asked me how the movie was. I'd never mentioned the movie to her. She'd somehow overheard a quiet conversation from across a noisy cafeteria. I started paying attention to Emma during meetings. While everyone else was looking at the presenter, Emma's eyes would dart around the room, landing on different people for just a few seconds at a time. I realized she wasn't just listening to the meeting. She was listening to every side conversation, every whispered comment, every phone buzz and text notification sound. Then came the day that really freaked me out. I was having a private phone call with my mom in an empty conference room. The door was closed, and I was speaking quietly about family drama involving my sister's divorce. Later that day, Emma stopped by my desk with homemade cookies. "I hope everything works out with your sister," she said sweetly. "Divorce is always hard on the whole family." My blood ran cold. There was absolutely no way she could have heard that conversation unless she'd been actively listening through the closed door. I started watching Emma more carefully after that. She had this way of positioning herself near conversations without seeming obvious about it. She'd pretend to be organizing papers while actually eavesdropping on the people behind her. The final straw came during our company holiday party. Emma approached me with a concerned look. "I heard you talking to your doctor about those test results. I hope everything's okay." The problem was, I'd never talked to my doctor at work. I'd never even mentioned having test results. But I had received a call from my doctor's office while I was in the bathroom. I'd answered quietly and had a brief conversation about scheduling a follow-up appointment. Emma had somehow followed me to the bathroom area and listened to my private medical conversation through the bathroom door. That's when I realized Emma's adorable memory wasn't about being thoughtful. She was systematically collecting information about everyone in the office by eavesdropping on every conversation she could possibly hear. I started warning other coworkers to be careful what they said around Emma. When they didn't believe me, I told them to test it themselves by mentioning fake information when she was nearby. Sure enough, Emma would bring up their fake stories later, proving she was listening to everything. Turns out our sweetest coworker was actually running an office-wide surveillance operation disguised as being caring and attentive.